not self? Not self is a conditioned programming that overlays atop of your true self. It's not easy to detect it when you're in it. This not self is created by your upbringing, by societies, by parents, teachers, peers, and the world in general that you are around. The not self is a dysfunction that can affect all of the centers. Okay? It's the open centers that take the biggest hit, however. And we'll get into that in a little while when we talk about the centers. The open centers become trained to behave as if they were defined, and the defined ones meet the resistance from trying to be something or become something that they are not. And if you need to, take a moment, rewind, and listen to the totality of that until it starts to sink in and make a little bit more sense. When you first begin to become aware of your not self, you slowly begin to be aware of your true self that lies underneath. At first, your true self might not even be something that you can really see. Okay? This true self is a thing that becomes cloudy when that not self steps in because of conditioned responses, because of the need for survival, because of the need to get along with others, because, right? No matter why it is there, the point is you need to learn to see it. You need to learn to see what you believe and where it comes from. Do the things that you believe come from your true self, or do they come from a conditioned response from being around others? Now, this can bring up a whole slew of questions, or your mind might go blank with it because there's so many possible renditions and variations of the not self. This is why it takes a 7-year process, in a sense, to find all those layers of deconditioning and, in a sense, write another script for them so that they have something else to work with. This deconditioning response we're going to talk about in very simple terms is a very complex piece of work. And it is the work that underlies the whole process of seeking to understand this mechanical system called human design. If we are not in a place of being willing to look for and see our not self, then this human design system can feel very foreign to us. While we might have a resonance with how we could be or in ways of how we are, it can feel like a large valley between us and what this chart is telling us that we could be like, or that what we are designed to be like. And most of that work lies in understanding the not self that is laid over kind of like a sticky glue over top of your true nature. Oftentimes our true natures are something that we're not even aware of on a conscious level as we grow up in this world, in this day and age. This is 2020. There's a lot of people who are waking up. There's a lot of people who are still what you'd call asleep. They don't even have this concept that there needs to be work done on this kind of level. They expect life to hand them a playing card hand, a poker hand, if you will, that's all laid out nice and neat for them. They don't even realize that they are the ones here playing the game as well. They are an active part in this process. Every choice that we make, every belief we take on, every thought that we let enter our mind and take root has power to it. And so if we're listening to our peers, or if we're listening to our teachers, or if we're listening to our parents, we need to become wise. Rather, we need to stay wise. Children are very wise. As we get older, we become more stupid, if you will. We become programmed. It's not stupidity, it's programming. We become programmed. We are very programmable as children, and children are also very wise. And so as they get older, because of their influences that they're around, they can become conditioned. All right, that's it for the not self. As we go along in this process, each person's experience is going to be very unique. That's why I can't sit here and describe all the possible renditions of a not self, because it's very, very individual, if you will. It can be very complex, depending on the stories that are involved. And at the root of every complexity is simplicity. And I encourage you all to look for the simplicity behind what it is that you are discovering as you go along. It'll help you have a little bit more patience and understanding with yourselves and others. Okay, that's it for this one. My name is Rainey Ford.
I am an herbalist and inner cartographer, founder of Nematon and Mountain Woman Medicine. If you are interested in purchasing herbal medicines or discovering your inner mapping, please visit my website in the description below. Have a wonderful day, beautifuls.